news and current events, entertainment, sports, kiddies programs, and more at your beck and call on Al-IyamoyeTV and radio. Just visit and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on all social media platforms. Then you are a global citizen. Al-IyamoyeTV and radio, voice of the voiceless.
Nani.
Your Saturdays just got better. 7 hours of live streaming of football games.
Messi. Immense Messi.
Featuring Premier League, La Liga, Ligue 1, Bundesliga, Serie A, and other league games in Europe. All you need to do is watch and listen to us on live football every Saturday from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. on Al-IyamoyeTV Radio. What a great way for sport love.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Sportville this morning on Al-IyamoyeTV and radio, where we get to the updates on sport all over the world today. And I am Yazid Taoheed.
I'm Sowole, Moshood, and Sportville. Good morning to you.
Okay, starting today from Arsenal. Aaron Ramsdale was used instead of David Raya yesterday due to the fact it was a Carabao Cup match, as people think it was the reason why Aaron Ramsdale was started instead of David Raya. What will you not say to Aaron Ramsdale's performance? Does this make Arteta's head swell for him to bring him back into the first 11 as he has been using David Raya for the past 3 matches?
Seriously, if you really want, if there's a competition in a team and you really want to get back to your position, you need to bring it up a brilliant performance whenever you have the chance to do. Because all this issue that we were saying is just because David Raya is on top of his form. I mean, it was used by Mikel Arteta, and the first game he considered, second game he considered, Arsenal lost. He will have bring in Ramsdale. Okay, let us continue with Ramsdale. All because David Raya comes in and he has been doing very, very fine with Arsenal. He has played at least 3 games in EPL, and he has also done well in the Euro Champions League for Arsenal as well, which means a weekend against Tottenham Hotspur. There was one particular save that he made. Yeah, I was very, very impressed because he was not balanced at all. He was far away from where he should have dived. But at the end of the day, he ended up managing his last feet to dive and save the ball. Yeah. So now the Raya as well saved so much last night against Brentford. But what I just say is, practically, vividly, David Raya is the first 11 for Arsenal. No doubt about that. Because for Mikel Arteta to bench, to sat him down yesterday and start Ramsdale ahead of David Raya at Carabao Cup speaks a lot. Don't be surprised if David Raya also sits during the weekend game and he starts Ramsdale. And in Champions League, he will use David Raya. And David Raya, after using David Raya in Champions League, David Raya might keep the next EPL game. So that kind of rotation, it means maybe 3 or 4 games for David Raya, 1 game for Ramsdale in the league, maybe another game for him in the cup competition. But it's very good to have a LD competition in the team. And you know, when someone has an injury, you are having a good goalkeeper that is coming on. Injury can set up at any point in time.
Okay, on Real Madrid want Roberto De Zerbi to be their new manager if Carlo Ancelotti leaves at the end of the season. With the Spanish giant, big admirers of the Brighton boss work, Real Madrid are keen to appoint the Brighton boss Roberto De Zerbi as their next manager when Carlo Ancelotti leaves the club. As they take a look at Roberto De Zerbi, took over Brighton last season from Graham Potter, going into the club from Shakhtar Donetsk in Ukraine.
I would advise Real Madrid not to do such, because sometimes you look at some coaches, their history, when they're managing a small club side, a team that doesn't have any pressure on them to be able to deliver, they end up doing good for that particular side. Compared to them when they come to a very big team that is known for winning trophies. I'll cite like 2 or 3 examples. Look at when Chelsea brought in Andre Villas-Boas from FC Porto. Andre Villas-Boas, which everybody saw Andre Villas-Boas as a kind of coach that can take Chelsea to where they really wanted with a good football. And at the end of the day, he ended up not staying long at Chelsea.
Yeah.
He ended up being a flop at Chelsea as a coach. Let's look at Liverpool for example as well. Look at Brendan Rodgers. Brendan Rodgers managed Celtic. And people saw him say, this is a very good coach.
Good coach, yeah.
He was brought in and he ended up not winning a trophy for Liverpool as well. A lot of coaches like that has been called upon. Now, okay, he's a young lad. Look at Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer managed Mode in Norway League. And Manchester United saw him and say, okay, he's a very good coach, he's our legend, let's brought him on board. He ended up being same thing, being a flop. They brought in Ralf Rangnick, same thing. Chelsea have brought in Frank Lampard. When Parral did well at Derby County, but now he came to Chelsea, he did nothing. Chelsea brought in Graham Potter. Graham Potter all the way from Brighton and Albion. And at Brighton, Graham Potter is doing very, very well at Brighton. But at the end of the day, he joined Chelsea. He failed to live up to expectation. And he doesn't fail to live up to expectation because I would say Graham Potter does not fail at Chelsea. The reason why people say he failed was maybe because they expect so much from Graham Potter. Maybe they expect what he does at Brighton to do it at Chelsea. They forget to remember that at Brighton, they have less pressure, less tax, and less ambition. Their tax is not to go to relegation. If you are able to meet up to top 4, or you are able to get a Europe war, then you can do it for us. No, if they want to go and bring the Derby from Brighton and Albion, although there are some coaches that look at Xabi Alonso, Xavi Hernandez from Qatar. He came to Barcelona. But not all coach, not all good guitars are gold. Not all coach will come from small team and do well for their respective team. Xavi Hernandez did well, he's doing well for Barcelona. All because he was given the full support and he knows the model of Barcelona before. There's a difference between bringing a legend that knows the past history about the club, and the club is doing very fine before he was brought in. Different between when they brought in Frank Lampard, the second instance for Chelsea, when Chelsea were on bad form. In the first time when they brought in Frank Lampard, Chelsea were doing fine. When they sacked, I think it was when they sacked Anthony Conte, they brought in Frank Lampard. Chelsea were not on that very good issue because I just had an issue with Anthony Conte, and I only left Chelsea. Chelsea dressing room was very bad, and Frank Lampard came in. At the end of the day, he was sacked. So you should look at the predicament very well. Is Xabi that good to join Real Madrid? The caliber of Real Madrid. That is coach and coach. I would have advised what we said yesterday to go with Xabi Alonso. He knows many things about Real Madrid. And if he says something, everybody knows that he has played in top teams. He has played in Liverpool. Yeah. He played at Bayern Munich. He played at Real Madrid. Everybody knows this guy is on for something. He's a legend. And when he plays football, he won so many things. He won the Champions League. Although he doesn't won the Premier League, he won the Italian Serie A. He won the German Bundesliga. He has won a lot of trophies. You know, there's a difference between when you are having a small coach that's coming to your team and he has never won anything before, and you're having a coach that he has won a lot of trophies. So it's very difficult for a player to confront him that, okay, I have one trophy. What do you think that made Ronaldo not to be that good when he was managed by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? They are both teammates, but the achievement of Ronaldo in the world of football, you can't compare him with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Same thing as Erik ten Hag. There are some coaches that cannot manage a top profile player. So I think Real Madrid should look at it very well. They should evaluate it very well before they can say they want to go for Roberto De Zerbi.
Okay, on Manchester United, still on talk on Manchester United, Jadon Sancho. Roy Keane says if it was him, he would be embarrassed and ashamed if he was called out for lack of effort in training, and he tells Jadon Sancho to show some humility and apologize to Erik ten Hag to save his Manchester United career.
This issue with Jadon Sancho and Erik ten Hag, I think the issue is now going far than how we expect it. Because the reason why I say such is, no, PFA Professional Footballers Association want to intervene in this kind of issue, all because this guy is an English born. Now, Eric Ten Hag said something yesterday after the game on Tuesday against Crystal Palace. He said they asked him about Garnacho, that why is he not playing Garnacho? Why is it that just starting now? We just always bring him on. And he said something. He said Garnacho is not doing well at training. But Garnacho is not doing well at training. You are giving him match to play. Either he comes in 70, 60, but he plays football. And Sancho is not doing well at training. You are not bringing him into match threat at all. Do you see that the coach himself is having some favorites in the team? Being biased in the team. And there was a news that came on Monday, on Saturday, and he said some stars at Manchester United don't love the way at which Eric Ten Hag treats some player in the team. That there are some players that they are his favorites. And whenever they do something that is not good, he doesn't speak it out. Maybe he went to them and talked to them that you're not doing well, you're not doing well. But instead to come out publicly and criticize them. But when others that are not his favorites does what is bad, he comes out publicly and says, even though if they don't do what is that worst, this life that we see that is coach and player will have disagreement. Imagine if when Ronaldo was at his peak. Let me look at the coach that managed Ronaldo. That when Ronaldo was at his peak, I would say Sir Alex Ferguson. I would say Zinedine Zidane. Let's assume Ronaldo says something that's bad, or doesn't turn up at training, or doesn't do well at training. Do you think Zidane will bench Ronaldo? He will never do, because he knows that Ronaldo will always deliver. No matter what. Look at Kevin De Bruyne. Last season in the Champions League, there's an issue between De Bruyne and Pep Guardiola in the semi-final of the UEFA Champions League against Real Madrid, where Kevin De Bruyne was doing like this to Pep Guardiola. In the second leg, Pep Guardiola needs to start Kevin De Bruyne because he knows he has something to offer for the team. There are some players that you need to swallow your ego for, because you know their presence on the field of play will make the opposition to fear the team most than not having the player on the field of play. But at the end of the day, I think Sancho swallowed his pride as well and said sorry. But if he doesn't say sorry, he should have a back of the mind. By January, he will leave Manchester United. But how long will Manchester United continue to sell player and not gaining on such a player? Don't forget, Manchester United have not been able to sell player for £30 million. The last player, I can't even recollect when the last time Manchester United sold a player for which amount of money. Either they released the player on a free transfer. Look at Paul Pogba. He left Man U. Look at Edgar Cavani. His contract was terminated. Look at Phil Foden. Phil Jones. His contract was terminated as well. Look at Eric Bailey. He was sent out on the various loads. For how long will Man United bought a player for which amount of money and lose on that player, not selling the player? At least they bought Sancho for £80 million. At least you can be able to sell this guy for 50 or 40. Now with this kind of issue he has with the team, who will say want to buy Sancho in January for £30 million? No. The worst come to us is £15 million, aside from Saudi Arabia. Yeah. Saudi Arabia can bring you a huge amount of money and say we want to buy this guy for £40-50 million. But I think it's on the side of Sancho to say sorry and move on with Manchester United.
Okay, on Manchester City, Pep Guardiola on Manchester City out of the Carabao Cup. You think the target was the quadruple? We are more than happy with the treble since we are the jour break. Congratulations to Newcastle. They were very good tonight. Credits to them. Even before the match, it was like he didn't take the match as like he can't. He needs to rest his players. He doesn't bring up his players for this type of small competition. If it means for him to go and take under the under 18, anyone that wants to play the Carabao Cup would play. He has said it before.
He's saying it because they are facing Newcastle. Let's assume they want to face Manchester United. You know it's a Manchester derby. He will not utter such a statement from his mouth. Yeah, because he said this after they lost yesterday, or because the kind of team that Manchester City were, they are the kind of team that have been winning trophies for the past 7 seasons. So if by chance they don't have the chance, they are unable to win the Champions League, they are unable to win Carabao Cup, they are unable to win the FA Cup. They only won the English Premier League. They know nobody will be on them. No pundit will be on Man City neck. At all. They don't want trophy. Even though if they don't want any trophy, although they have only one Super Cup, they still have the World Club Cup. Which the World Club Cup, I think the World Club Cup will not be played only with them. The World Club Cup will play with them, and Chelsea too will play in the World Club Cup because the last 34 winners of the Champions League will also play in the Super Cup, the World Club Cup like that. But let's look at the achievement of Man City for the past 7 seasons. They have been winning trophy after trophy. Last season they won the treble. Now, the reason why I think Man City gonna dodge such a question is injury has started setting in for his side. And knows if they continue progressing at the Carabao Cup, they will continue having to play big side. Now, let's assume they end up winning yesterday. They will meet Manchester United. So it should be a tough game as well. And injury has started setting unless they travel not via airline, not via train. They travel with bus to Newcastle. From Manchester to Newcastle. How far it is. I've not been there, but people that have been there know how far it is. From Newcastle, from Manchester to Newcastle, going via bus. People that I spoke with say it's like you are going from Lagos, maybe you are going to Abuja. Let's say that already got from Lagos to Kogi. Or let's even say you are going from Lagos to Kwara State. You know how stressful it will be for players. Yeah. Fatigue will set in. Or let's say from Lagos to Lorry, a bus will use 5 hours. And when you want to go through airline, it's possible within an hour, 30 minutes, you go to Kwara State. And you want to compare a team that will go to Kwara State within 30 minutes and 1 hour via airline. And you want to compare such a team with a team that will go from Lagos State to Kwara State with bus 5 hours. Fatigue will set in. That's the reason why I said it before the match. He doesn't want injury to set in for his team, his side, that he really wants the team to be able to recover themselves. And there's something we call in football recovery section. Will they be able to do a lot of recovery section? By Saturday now they have another EPA game. So it's saying this because they're the kind of team that have been achieving a lot. That's why I say Chelsea cannot say such, Arsenal cannot say such, Man United cannot say such, Tottenham cannot say such. It's the only team that can say, okay, we are out of the competition. We are glad they are still out of trophy for us to win. So I think what they said is quite okay with it because Man City are a kind of team that have been winning trophy for the past 7 seasons.
Okay, let's take a short break from here. When we get back on the break, we continue on the news and also our take on the matches that went on yesterday. Do stay with us. Thank you.
Gbogbo aláfẹ́ tó gbayì tó fẹ́ wọṣọ yìí ṣoge tó bágbà mu ló ń kọjá lọ sí House of Zion. House of Zion, the name I know when we talk of top-notch fashion, quality materials and class. House of Zion, lẹ́tí máa rójúlówó Turkey wears, Egypt and Malaysia clothing, Dubai, àwọn designer bags lóríṣiríṣi, àwọn ìtẹ̀lẹ̀ bàtà tó jiná tí wọ́n fawọ́ original ṣe, àwọn aago kájọ́ tó ń ka wákàtí ọjọ́, designer sunglasses and perfumes, pẹ̀lú àwọn gbogbo nǹkan tóbìnrin àsìkò fi ń gbafẹ́ lò gbà. Mo débẹ̀ ojú mi ń ṣe kámi, èmi ni ó rà, èmi ni ó mú. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin mùsùlùmí ẹlẹ́sìn tẹ́ gbòógè gbọ́n pa fashion tẹ́ wá nílò jàlábíà, hijab àti àbáyà lóríṣiríṣi. House of Zion lẹ́ò ti rí gbogbo ẹ̀ rà. House of Zion wà ní 52 Ọlọ́run ṣògo road adjacent Redeemed Church Agape Parish Ọlọ́run ṣògo Abẹ́òkúta. Lórí Instagram House of Zion 08165688618. House of Zion, ilé ìtajà tá a ti ń tojúlówó aṣọ àti nǹkan aṣaralóge tí ń gbéni níyì.
Thousands have been disappointed severally in their bid to see greener pasture abroad. To those quack in the traveling agency business, it is a rocket science. That is not our case at Taostaff Travels and Tour. We have in-depth details on how to successfully, without stress, help you process and secure your visa to anywhere in the world. Do you want permanent residential visa, visiting and tourism visa, student visa to places like Europe, America, Asia, Africa? It's no big deal to us at Taostaff Travels and Tour. Our years of experience and expertise speaks volumes volume for us. Let's process and secure visa for you to UK, USA, and Canada within a twinkle of an eye. We offer Hajj and Umrah services to our Muslim faithfuls. What are you waiting for? Consult us at number 9, Taoheed Central Mosque, Sholanke Street, behind Laroy Hotel, Abiola Way, Abeokuta. 0802 733 0900 or 0806 578 4060. Stop wasting money. Pay for peace of mind. Talk to Taoheed Travels and Tour.
Live streaming of football games.
Messi. Immense Messi. Cara Messi.
Welcome back to Sportville on Al-IyamoyeTV and radio. Said that we still have some news to pick. On Chelsea, Epic Sport Agency owner Al Barat on Moises Caicedo deal. Chelsea did an excellent investment by signing Moises Caicedo. The player will receive £150,000 per week. It was on 60 per week at Brighton. It is a mix between Bellingham and N'Golo Kante, Barat says.
Seriously, if you look at the deal that Chelsea had with Brighton and Albion, I said it then, the money to me is not much. But don't forget, Moises Caicedo signed 7 to 8 years contract. And Chelsea are so smart, like smart kids. Say, such an amount, £150 million, will be split for the whole 8 years. Let's say 150 divided by 8. You know how much they'll be paying on Moises Caicedo every season. It's a very good business on their side. And how much are they giving Moises Caicedo? £150,000. If it was to be another player, they might say you want to collect 200, 250,000 pounds. Now it's want to get 150,000 pounds. It costs 60, and to me, it's still relatively okay. Yeah. The kind of caliber of Moises Caicedo. Although Moises Caicedo will still get it right at Chelsea. Let's say the situation that warrants him. Adam he started preseason with them, or gel with the team. He has to go through a lot of things in the preseason and come back to the EPL and just get out of this of his mindset that he's one of the. Look at Declan Rice. He started the preseason with Arsenal. So all these glamoring the man that he was the highest paid player in the EPL, something like that, and he has went through it in the preseason and he has moved on with it at Arsenal. Although it's not as if Declan Rice as perfect at Arsenal, but at least that is to me the kind of game that Declan Rice is playing for us. That is the game, it's normal game at West Ham United. Nothing changed in Declan Rice's performance at Arsenal. The goal he scored against Man U, he has called it against West Ham United for West Ham United as well. So he has not really changed at Arsenal. He has just been trying to replicate the kind of performance he has with West Ham United. It's only when he exceeds expectation. Like assume now at the end of the season, Declan has 10 goals. You say he has really improved. So Moises Caicedo will still come very, very well for Chelsea as well. And you don't forget, he's a box-to-box midfielder. Aside from being a defensive midfielder, like N'Golo Kante always go from defense to attack. But he has been unable to do so because of the instability of Chelsea at the moment.
Okay, on Chelsea, Ben Chilwell is injured again. Confirms Chelsea manager Mauricio Pochettino with the injury-prone fullback set for scans after aggravating an hamstring problem. Is Chilwell injured? He said yes. Said the Chelsea manager after Wednesday on when. We need to assess it tomorrow, but I think it is hamstring. Yeah.
So I don't know what they want to make this coach to feel like, because he got an injury in 89, 90 minutes. I don't really understand, because now he's injured now. They are only left with only two left back. And I can't call Emerson a left back because he has been using Emerson in a forward position during the preseason as well. Same thing yesterday as well. Using on the 11 on the right hand side. Because now he got injury, although he doesn't plan to have an injury. But I think Chelsea should look at what's really causing the injury to all this player. There is hardly you will see Chelsea playing 3-4 matches, you not see a player getting an injury. Is it that this player are given too much? Is it that they want to give too much to the team? Because I could see what makes Chilwell to got injured. It was an attacking ball. He was given the ball. It was attacking, and Brighton and Albion player was in touch with him. So he wants to drag the ball. That's when to get the ball, and he fell down. And end of the day, got injured. Yesterday, Pochettino said something after the game yesterday. They asked him about Madueke. That's why didn't he bring in Madueke? He said he's not injured, but it's his choice not to bring him. And there was a news I said on your sport program day before yesterday, Sowole, I said there is a particular issue with Madueke and Pochettino because the caught Madueke at the club. He went to the club to go and flex, where he should have been sleeping, resting overnight. So it means it's part of things that make all these some players. But if they are not having a lot of rest, you will have an injury. There's no how you want to do it. So I think it's time for Chelsea to look at the reason why these players are getting injury left and right and find a way. And yesterday, there's a good positive side for Chelsea yesterday. Kopama did very well for Chelsea yesterday. Mikel Mudryk, at least, he showed some flashes of what he has at his disposal for Chelsea. And same thing as Marco Corella. He really surprised yesterday, playing from right back. And playing against the Mitoma that we know. I was very, very surprised that he really tried so much. And you have seen it from Chelsea that they really need that win to boost their morale.
Okay, yesterday, the results of the matches that went on yesterday, Lazio defeated Torino 2-0. Inter Milan was defeated by Sassuolo 2-1. Real Madrid, as we said yesterday, is showing for them, and Minus Prada beating Las Palmas 2-0. Girona also defeated Villarreal 2-1. Athletic Club Getafe 2-2. Napoli defeated Udinese 4-1 with the same Victor Osimhen scoring a goal for them yesterday. We see where they are end of the issue. They had said they want to file.
You know what I'll just say about Victor Osimhen is, if you want to file a case against Napoli, then you should be ready to leave Napoli. Because there is no how you file a case against your side. That you won't decide to look at you as a good person. Although the fans of Napoli really love Victor Osimhen. I have someone on my X page, formerly known as Twitter, Akek Buma of thereabouts, is a kind of popular figure on X, formerly known as Twitter. He tweeted something yesterday, which everybody saw the tweet, everybody read it, and at the end of the day, he deleted the tweet. All because this guy they were talking about, he based in Italy, Omar Akatsuba. He based in Italy. And he clarified something. He posted a video where he was supporting Victor Osimhen. And he said, and he read and I quote, "First of all, I would like to extend my unreserved apology to every Napoli fan regarding my recent video, which has since been deleted because I found out it has been misinterpreted." He supported Victor Osimhen, and the most fans of Napoli misinterpret the message. And he continued, he said, "I want to emphasize that I have been a devoted fan of Napoli since Victor Osimhen joined the club, and I have covered the club games and made new incredible friends." He continued further. Furthermore, I would like to clarify my previous comments were in no way representative of Osimhen, nor do they reflect his thoughts or sentiments. I will also like to add that I did not see out to disrespect the club, as I share a good relationship with the staff and fans. It means this person knows the in and out of Napoli. Now, what I want to bring out of it, let me just try and manage and read it through. So my word also do not represent the relationship Osimhen shares with Napoli FC, a club with which he has achieved remarkable success. However, like any other Nigerian and Napoli lover who saw his effort last season in ensuring the club win its first Serie title in 33 years, I was shocked to see the video. He continued to say, "I removed my video because I did not want anyone to misinterpret my comments or take them out of context. It's essential to underscore that I am not Victor Osimhen's spokesperson." And he continued, "As a football journalist, I want to stress that everything I say or post about Victor Osimhen and Napoli is solely my personal opinion, and I share them as a fan of the club and one who has enjoyed its people and the culture." He said, "Forza Napoli." What I want to bring out there is, after I checked through the comment section of Omar Atakuba, I saw various comments that are not even Nigerian-based comments. They are Italian comments. People that are Napoli fans. And in the comment section, someone said, "Victor Osimhen is just so popular in Naples that if you take a taxi at Naples, you want to go to somewhere, and you told them you are a friend to Victor Osimhen, the taxi driver, and you told them you are a friend to Victor Osimhen, what you only need to do is to show them your picture with Victor Osimhen. That's transport fare for that day. You will not pay. If you are going as far as from here, from Abeokuta to Sango, they will not collect a dime from you because they really love Victor Osimhen. There was a picture around yesterday whereby most Napoli fans at Naples, they put up Victor Osimhen banner in most of the houses in Naples. This means they really love Victor Osimhen. So you should look at it very well before you can take an action. Aside from if he has really decided that he's going to leave Napoli by January transfer, then he can take an action against Napoli.
Okay, still on the result of the match that went yesterday. Liverpool defeated Leicester City 3-1. Brentford also defeated Brentford 1-0. Chelsea defeated Brighton 1-0. Newcastle defeated Manchester City 1-0. Cadiz Vallecano 0-0. Valencia defeated by Real Sociedad 1-0 today. Celta Vigo Alaves 6 p.m. Genoa Roma 7:45. Osasuna Atletico 8:30 p.m. Monza Bologna 5:30 p.m. and Frosinone against Fiorentina 5:30 p.m. Granada Real Betis by 6 o'clock p.m. Come to the end of Sportville today on Al-IyamoyeTV, and don't forget to like, share, and comment on our videos on on Facebook, Al-IyamoyeTV Radio, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. I remain Yazid Taoheed.
I'm sure Moshood SMD Sports.
To tell you a goodbye.
It's just got better. 7 hours of live streaming of football games.
Messi, 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 immense Messi.